I kind of take the view that I should just jump into something and see how it goes. So I spent a lot of my life not doing things because my head was telling me don't do it, because I was getting stressed or anxious about it. So nowadays I just kind of go for it. If you added up how long I was in school for, I'd say it doesn't even hit 30 days. Like, it was second year when I left. I suppose when I was a younger teenager, I was struggling a lot with anxiety, depression, things like that. Was very kind of reserved, didn't really have very many friends. I was in my own little bubble. Then slowly started to come out of my shell. You know, I came out as gay and kind of started to explore that a bit more, and I had to do my junior cert anyway. We got our junior cert done. Then I went to Youth Train, which is kind of the training parallel of Youth Reach. So I did a construction course there. Really loved that. Then after that, it was a PLC. So I used the level 4 I got from Youth Train to do the PLC. That was in Enniscorthy, and that was a great experience. Made some really close friends. And then I decided to go to Waterford. Yeah, day one, it was kind of thrown in at the deep end, get going on stuff, really start working. It was really good. Like, I'm in SETU doing architectural BIM technology. There's just so much you can do with an architectural BIM technology degree. You can go into project management, you can go into engineering, you can go into architecture. You know, years ago, architectural technology and architecture was hand-drawn or CAD, whereas with BIM, building informational modeling, it allows you to kind of get data into the model. So the whole point is to kind of streamline the process of construction. The architect designs, comes up with your concepts, everything like that, whereas the technologist actually draws it. So I draw it up and, you know, get it for planning, and eventually, when it comes to construction, I draw up the construction drawings that the builder would use. And then it's kind of our role with the architect to kind of be the point men on site to, you know, make sure it's actually being built the way it should be. I think it's great, you know, I can work anywhere in the world, anywhere I want. I can specialize in pretty much anything I want. And it's just, the world is open, and with the way technology is advancing with AI and virtual reality and all this, you know, it just gets better and better every day. There's innovations in BIM and architecture. You'll never be bored, and you'll never stop learning as well. It never really feels like work, you know, because you're doing something you love. I know that's such a cliche thing that, you know, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But it is true when it comes to this. It's really, really nice to be able to see something that you drew being actually built. And it's just kind of mad to think to yourself, I'm standing in something I designed. It's a really nice thing that you kind of know you'll be immortalized in a way with this career. This career path, especially when it comes to BIM, you know, it's a really solid career to be getting into because the industry is just starting off. So it's definitely the future, and I think anyone interested in going into this career will have a long, prosperous career out of it. Because I think a lot of people, when they think architecture, they think creativity, they think art, they think having to be able to design. You know, I couldn't draw to save my life, but with technology, that doesn't matter. So World Skills is the biggest thing no one's ever heard of. It's a massive skills competition. I ended up qualifying, which was a bit of a shock. So then went on to the Irish National Competition, which was held in the RDS last September. Ended up winning, and then that led me to now getting ready to go off to Lyon in September to compete for Ireland. There's such a big thing in this country where, you know, you're 17, finish your leaving cert, apply for CEO, pick what you want to do for the rest of your life, go on now. And a lot of people struggle because it's such a night and day difference. You know, in school you're a child, you know, the teachers, you know, are the boss of you. You know, there's no messing, whereas when you go into something a bit more structured like adult education, you know, they're a peer, you're respected, you're there for a reason. When I decided, no, I'm leaving school, I was told, well, this is it now, you're done. You know, you're going to be on the dole for the rest of your life. You're going to get nowhere. You know, sometimes I do kind of stop and think to myself, you know, the chap that dropped out of school, shaking hands with Simon Harris. So it is mental sometimes just sit back and think, God, I was nowhere 10 years ago and now look at me.